What's up, guys? Batman Collector back finally with what a lot of people have been asking me for a while, which is I'm gonna do another room tour because it's been a few years, and I feel like I finally have enough stuff where I can do another one without kind of talking about the same stuff all over again, which is kind of why I've been waiting. I just wanted to have enough stuff where I didn't feel like I was doing it for no reason or that I was talking about the same things. But it's been a few years. I've got quite a few new things. I've put some new furniture in there. I've put some new lighting, and I've got some new backgrounds. As you can see, it's a little different. And so, but before I get into that, one thing that I wanted to show off actually is that I have been breaking my rule. If you saw my last video, you've seen that I am now branching out a little bit outside of Batman. And my wife has been gracious enough to give me the hallway outside of my room. And so I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to show you that real quick. So this is the tiny space that I have outside of my room. This is the hall to get in. You can see here I have my beautiful DeLorean all lit up, looking amazing. Here I've got two, I think these are 11 by 14 prints. This one is signed by Michael J. Fox, Tom Wilson, Christopher Lloyd, and Leah Thompson. And this one is just Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. And you might be like, why would you have two of those? Well, actually, I made a mistake. I bought the one from Back to the Future 2, I bought because they were having a signing with just the two of them. And then later, like maybe 3 or 4 months later, this signing came up. And they were like, oh, well, here's one with all four of them. And I couldn't cancel that one. They wouldn't let me. And so I was just like, I guess I'll just have two of them. And I kind of like it. I think they look great up here. So now I've got at least they're different posters. At least it's not the exact same poster. Then I'd probably have to sell one, and maybe I will sell one of these. I don't know. But what's cool is that if one of these guys shows up to Comic Con, and I can go and I can just meet them and have them sign it. So it kind of works out either way. But it looks great. I've got it here right above my DeLorean. Below that, I'm gonna open this a little bit. I just bought this display unit at IKEA, like literally just a few weeks ago, just for this DeLorean, because I couldn't get details to fit out here. So I bought it's called a Rudsta, and I really like it actually. I think it's made for plants, but this is a small version, and you can see I've got Marty and Doc. I don't have any lights in here yet. I haven't gotten to that, but I have Marty and Doc. Had to have them. Love these figures. I love these. It just makes me happy. Every time I walk out my door and I see these, it just makes me happy. This is like the old, what is it? I can't remember what the company that's called that made this. But like if you hit this, like I don't have it. I don't have the batteries in right now, but if you hit that, it lights up. All this lights up in blue. It's really cool, actually. And then here, you might be surprised I have a War Machine. Because my plan here is I'm going to do Back to the Future. I have Back to the Future 3. Those figures are going to go in here. And then I'm probably going to do Spider-Man. I've got the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man for that spot. And then on the bottom, I've got Iron Man, the Mark III coming, and a few other figures. I started with these. When I saw these go up for pre-order, I had to have them. And then, like I said in my last video, things are getting out of hand now. And now I'm kind of ordering everything. So I need to calm down a little bit because it's kind of cool ordering things that isn't just Batman all the time. But it's also scary because I'm spending a whole lot of money. So over here, I've got some smaller signed prints. This one's from GalaxyCon, I think, as a private signing with Billy West and John DiMaggio. I spent a lot of my teen years and my early 20s obsessed with Futurama and watching it all the time. So, and this is another one. If what's her name, Katie Seagal, or if any of the other people show up, I can get them to sign that, and that would be really cool. Mummy is another movie I love from back in the 90s. This is signed by Brendan Fraser. It's a great film. Let's see, where do I want to go? Oh, in these spots here, actually, pretty soon, I have a signed poster coming from Harrison Ford, an Indiana Jones one, and what's the other one I have? Oh, Spider-Man. I got William Dafoe to sign a Spider-Man one. So that's coming here in the near future. I almost didn't want to make this video. I wanted to wait for them, but it could be another month or two before they get here. So I decided I'm just going to make it anyway. I've also got, in this same size here, I've got Hugh Jackman coming, a Wolverine one. That's probably going to go down here somewhere. And then on this side, oops, I bumped this. I've got Red Dead Redemption, John Marston. What is his name? Rob? I can't remember what his name is, but he seems like a cool guy. He does the voice for John Marston. He's from Indiana, like I am, so that's kind of cool. Here, got Spider-Man from the Spider-Man PS4 game. Absolutely love this game. It's so cool. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is actually my second favorite behind Batman as far as superheroes go. He's just such a great character. I sold a lot of my Spider-Man stuff when I started collecting Batman, but I still love Spider-Man, and I would like to have him out here represented somehow. Here I have a signed, I think his name is Daisuke Tsuji, or what is his name? But he provides the voice for Jin Sakai in Ghost of Tsushima. So cool. So this was a Streamly signing, and I took part in it, and he signed it. This right here, it says Jin Sakai in Japanese. Well, I guess that's kind of Chinese-Japanese writing, but that's so cool. So cool. And then he wrote his name right here. Probably one of my favorite autographs. Here I took part in the ridiculous Robert Downey Jr. This is from SWOW. This costed a lot, a whole lot, but I just, like, when the signing came up, I had to be part of it. I had to get a Robert Downey Jr. I love Iron Man 2. Such a great film, especially the first one. It's just an iconic, great film. So I wanted to get that. And then up here, I've got Red Dead 2, the Arthur Morgan, what is his name? Roger? Is it Arthur? No. Roger? I can't remember what his name is. But yeah, I love the game. It's a masterpiece. Probably one of the best games ever created, in my opinion. So happy to have that. I would like for him and him to be on the same one. So, if this guy ever comes to town, I'm gonna bring this to him and have him sign that. And then here, Mel Gibson, one of my favorite actors of all time. Braveheart is one of my favorite films of all time, so had to get this too. Also not cheap, but he doesn't sign very often, so I had to get it while I could. And then from there, those are all the autographs that I have for now. Like I said, I've got some coming, but it's going to be a little while. So this is the door to the Batcave, and you can see this is what it looks like when I go in. So I guess I'll start here. Up here I have a print from Rory Kurtz. You can see that's his signature right there. I saw this print 1,000 times before I actually bought it. You can see it's, what is that, 135 out of 350. I just love it. I just love the art. It's just beautiful to me. It's exactly the way I imagined Michael Keaton's Batman, who is my favorite Batman, as you'll see. And I wish it was a little bigger. You can see even the frame is kind of too small for that print. But I had to have it. I love it. It's very cool. This piece here I had before. Let me close my door. But it's really special to me, especially now that Kevin Conroy has passed away recently. And this one I got in person because he was here in town, and I went straight there. Like nothing was going to stop me from going and meeting this guy. He was there, and Lauren Lester was there. And also that's where I got this one too, Diane Pershing. She was also there. But it was very cool. Like always, he jumped out on the table and he did his I am Batman thing, and everybody freaked out and lost their minds, including me. It was very cool, and I'm so glad now that I got to experience that in person. Lauren Lester, who was a super nice guy. I actually got 2 autographs from him. One, because he does the voice also of Man-Bat, which I'll show you later in the Arkham games. He was a very nice guy. There was a guy in a wheelchair there just kind of crying and telling him how much the animated show meant to him. And he just sat there and listened, and he was like really, impacted by it. And I told him too. I was like, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to a lot of people. And he's like, oh, I know. But it was really cool. It was cool to meet him. This one, I think I got this. I can't remember. This one's a private signing. This guy does not sign too often. What's his name? Paul something? I can't remember what it is. But I love the animated series, and any autograph I can get, I try to get them. This one's kind of hard to get, so I had to jump on it while I could. This one is, I think her name is Adrienne Barbeau. I love this print. It's great. It's such a nice shot, and Catwoman is, probably my favorite villain. I know a lot of people don't consider her a villain anymore, but she is. She is a villain. This one, like I said, this is Diane Pershing, who I met at Comic-Con several years ago. And I was just kind of awestruck that I was there, and I didn't know what to say, but I was super, super excited to meet her. This one is from Arlene Sorkin herself, the original Harley Quinn. This one, if this room was on fire and I had to save one of these, this one would be up on the top of my list, because this lady does not sign hardly ever, and Harley Quinn is by far the best in my opinion, and so having this to me is a big deal. This one is by John Glover. That's his name. And this one's also a private signing. I really like it. I love the Riddler too. I wish that we could get more Riddler stuff. But this version of the Riddler is one of my favorites. It's great. It's so great. I didn't know that this was the guy that played the crazy scientist in Batman and Robin. He's actually been in a lot of things. He was in Scrooged. He's done a lot of stuff, especially even for DC. So when the opportunity came up to get this one, I had to have it. And I love it when they put stuff like question marks or, something that has to do with the character. I love when they do stuff like that. Here you have, what is her name? Melissa something? She used to be on Little House on the Prairie, but she's the original voice of the original Batgirl before Tara Strong started doing it. I love it. Melissa Gilbert, that's her name. Yeah, I love her Batgirl. It's great. I'm really happy to have this. I saw some of her other autographs. She always puts love and peace on her autographs. Cool. And down here, this one's also super rare. This is from Richard Mole. He did, I've seen him do one or two signings for Two-Face. Not an easy autograph to get. So it's another one that I had to have as soon as it became available. Back here, you can see that's just an old print I've had forever. I got it at a mall years and years and years ago, and I just love it, and I've never been able to part with it. Then I've just got a doorside poster of Batman from Batman Returns. This is an old original poster from Batman 89 of the Batmobile, my favorite Batmobile, as you will see. Here I got, this is Danny Elfman, who was the composer for not just Batman 89 and Batman Returns, but also for Batman the Animated Series. I would like to get some more autographs on there, but yeah, it turns out that the people that did this movie are hard to get, as it turns out, which kind of sucks, but I'll get them eventually. This poster, I love this poster. Like I said in my last few videos of this, I don't know if it's authentic or not, but it kind of doesn't matter to me because I just love the look of it. I love this movie. Batman Returns is my favorite Batman movie. And so, yeah, I love this. And then down here, this is another, what was it? Where did I get this one from? This one is real. This one's numbered. It's the Hello There, Catwoman. This is a beautiful, beautiful print. It's perfect to me. Her with the snow. I love I love when Batman stories take place in the winter. And so when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I've got to have that no matter what. Here in the corner, I've got like kind of a replica of the Batman Returns penguin umbrella, the one that he uses to hypnotize Shrek. Okay, so let me come back here so you can kind of get a look at everything. I got some new cabinets in there. Those are also called Richtas, but those are like taller, thin ones. And I replaced the what used to be kind of a dresser in there. I just didn't like the look of it. It just wasn't looking good to me anymore. And I wanted to get something that I could put statues in. And so I've ordered the Blitzway Batman 89 statues, and that's probably what's going to go in there. Here you have the old premium format 89 Batman. This is the regular version. Still holds up really well. Still love this piece. You can see I've got a couple NECA pieces down here just to accompany it. they're pretty inexpensive pieces, but they still look great, and I like to have them here. But yeah, I still love this piece. It's still it's probably still my favorite premium format in this entire room, even though I've got a lot of new cool ones. This one is my first one, and it's probably still my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna open these. Ooh. This is the original DX09 Batman. I have pre-ordered the new one. I wasn't going to, but when I saw that it's a new body and a new head sculpt and a new cape and everything, I had to have it. I know people hate this cape. That's the original one. There's me at the Warner Brothers studio with the original suits. I'm not sure if they're still there, but that was a huge day for me. But yeah, I think these pieces being 10 years old, man, they still look great. They look great. It still holds up really well. And then here, I've got the Joker. This piece is kind of hard to find. I know that there's been some knockoffs made that to me look like straight up recasts, but this is the original Hot Toys one. I'm trying to get backers, like, and I know some of these kind of look a little wrinkly, but I really like having backgrounds and backdrops in my displays. I really think it enhances the looks, and so I've been trying new things and trying to get them in there. And I really like them. I really love the way this looks. But yeah, this Joker is still one of my favorite Hot Toys. It's so good. He comes with so much stuff. Here's me again with that suit and the Vicky Vale outfit. Kind of freaking out. Here's Batman Returns. It's probably one of my favorite suits still. Definitely my favorite movie. I love Batman Returns. It's so good. And then this is the Tweederhead 1/6 Catwoman. This piece is actually pretty hard to come by. Although, you know, back then there was nothing from Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, you just could not find anything. And when this came up, and Tweederhead was still relatively new at that time, I saw it and I went all over the world trying to find it. And I'm so glad I have it. I still love it. It still looks great. It's probably 5 or 6 years old now, but I just love it. It's great. So these, I did not make a review for these, but let me tell you in advance, they are fantastic. I never thought in a million years Hot Toys would make Batman. If you had asked me 5 years ago, do you think Hot Toys would make Batman Forever? I'd be like, no, no, that's not going to sell. But they did, and they're great, and I love them. I love these figures. Not sure why they went with the Sonar suit for Batman instead of the Black Panther suit. Like, you know, like that would have, I think that's a better looking suit, but these are great. The likenesses are fantastic. I love this Robin. I think Robin's my favorite. When I was a kid and this movie came out, I was excited. I'm not going to lie. Like, I knew something was wrong. I knew they weren't as good as the original films, but I enjoyed them because for the same reason that I enjoy anything Batman. You know, it still has the gadgets. He still has the suits. He still has the car. He still has the cave. There's still a lot of cool stuff in the movie. And Robin I was very excited about because we hadn't seen Robin in a live action movie before. And so I was, you know, I was all for it. You know, I let my brother be Batman for a while and I played Robin, and you know, so like having this figure kind of brings me back. Oh, and this backdrop, I found this company called U Printing. And I just go there and I can just find a picture and then customize it to the size that I want. And they just print it and send it to me for like relatively cheap. So that's where I got that one from. The rest of them are pretty much from eBay for the most part. Here, Val Kilmer signs kind of a lot now that he can't really act much. He can't do much. And so I was lucky enough to get his autograph on Batman. If Chris O'Donnell would do a signing, that would be super cool. I would get his too. But I don't love these movies. I recognize that they are garbage, but like there is some nostalgia for me there, and I do still enjoy them for that anyway. So we'll come down here, I guess, and start with this beautiful thing. They just announced that they're doing this again. It looks like it needs some dusting, but this is one of my absolute most favorite things in this room. It's the '89 Batmobile. I got this probably 5-6 years ago for, I think I paid $900. And now they're re-releasing it, and I'd probably have to pay 8 right now to get it brand new. So I feel like it's worth it. I overpaid like $100 to get it 5, 6 years early. And this is one of the things that I love the most in this room. This is my favorite Batmobile of all time. It is beautiful. It is perfection as far as I'm concerned. I used to have it up there where the tumbler is, but I had to move it because I jammed another DTOF. I used to only have that one DTOF, and I had to jam a second one in, and I lost a bunch of space up there. And so the tumbler is small enough where it can fit, but this can't, which kind of sucks because I like this to be away where it's out of the way and it can't get hurt. But it's here now. It looks good. It looks great. I don't like that it's in a place where people can bump it or scratch it, because it's, it's kind of my baby. Okay. We'll come over here. This is the new Batman Begins piece, which is kind of a controversial piece. People do not like it. And I get it. It's not perfect. It's probably one of my weaker ones. But I do like it. I think it's great. I think the suit looks great. And actually, for Sideshow, I think the likeness is pretty good. I mean, I think they did a really nice job on the sculpt. Even the cape is accurate. It looks a lot dustier on camera than it does in person. But yeah, it's not a bad piece. And if you love the Batman Begins suit, I'd say yeah, go for it. The eyes are kind of weird. And like the cape clips you can see are not perfect either. This is not the perfect piece. But if you're a Batman Begins fan, it's pretty cool. This piece, I don't understand. Like, people just don't care about this piece, like, at all. The video that I made about this 5, 6 years ago has, like, no views. And I just don't understand, because this is a fantastic piece. The Arkham games are amazing. They're still amazing. And I'm really sad to see that new Suicide Squad that Rocksteady is making, because it does not look good. It just does not look good to me. But, the Arkham games were masterpieces. In my opinion, they were all amazing. And so I love this premium format. It's one of my earlier ones. I still have it, and I still love it. Up here, you can see, once again, I have Arlene Sorkin's autograph, because she actually provided the voice in Arkham Asylum. So I have that. This is, what's his name, Roger Craig Smith, who also does the voice for Ezio Auditore in the Assassin games. But he plays Batman in this game. And I love that suit. I love that game. I think Arkham Origins is a great game. Here I have, I can't believe I can't remember his name. He's a huge voice actor. He does everything. Why can't I remember his name? But anyway, I got this. Also, this was Streamily private signing. Troy Baker. Oh my gosh, that was driving me nuts. But yeah, he did the ha 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 and like crazy writing. I didn't ask him to do. I love it when they do stuff like that. When you don't, I don't ask for it, but they still do it just because, they appreciate fans. I really like it when they do stuff like that. This poster was the limited poster that you got with the game, the original game. I really wanted to have Kevin sign this. I was really hoping he would come back to town and I would have him sign this, but unfortunately he passed away, so I guess I'm out of luck there. Here I have Tara Strong as Harley. She plays Harley in the other games. Here is, I'm blanking on her name too now. But anyway, she's like my favorite Catwoman ever. Like, I don't know, it's hard between her and Michelle Pfeiffer here. Her Catwoman is just perfect, though. Like, the Arkham Catwoman is great. But I asked her to sign it. This place is dangerous. I like it. And she did. Grey Delisle. Got it. That's her name. So, yeah, I love that. Especially, like I said earlier, Catwoman's my favorite. Up here, I have Mr. Freeze, signed by Maurice LaMarche, who plays a lot of Futurama characters, actually. He signed it, "You Are in My World Now, Batman," and he did a bunch of Futurama voices for me. It was really cool. Really cool. I got a picture with him. I was super excited to meet him, and I love his Mr. Freeze. I love Mr. Freeze in general. He's probably one of my top 5 favorites. Here I have John Noble, who signed the Scarecrow autograph. That's a relatively new one. I'm trying to get as many Arkham characters as I can. This one, I've mentioned before, Wally Wingert. He had a website that I went to, his fan website, and you could email him. And so I sent him a message, and I was like, "Hey, your Riddler's great. It's probably one of the best, probably my favorite version of the Riddler ever. Would you be willing to send me an autograph?" He's like, "Yeah, just give me your address. So he did. He sent it to me. And I had this like a week later, and I was super excited. I still love it. It's so cool. I love Riddler. I don't know why companies don't make more Riddler stuff. It's ridiculous. He's one of Batman's top 4 villains, in my opinion. You got Joker, Batman, Riddler, Catwoman. Why don't we get Riddler stuff? I don't understand. Speaking of that, here's Penguin. I already had his autograph on an action figure, but I really wanted it on a print so it could go on this wall with these. And so Nolan North does, whenever he goes to cons, he does private signings. And so I bought one of the private signings, and I got a second autograph from him for this, so it would go with these. This is the other Lauren Lester print from, he's Man-Bat and Arkham Knight. He also plays Robin in the animated series, and he signed this for me too. This is the Olivia print of Catwoman. I believe it's called Claw's Play. I love this. It fits perfectly in this spot. Catwoman, like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, is arguably my favorite. Maybe not the most accurate. I think Grey Delisle is more accurate to the comics, but Michelle Pfeiffer's still, like, you know, she was my childhood Catwoman and the one that I probably love the most, if I'm being honest with myself. Here are my comics, kind of my big ones that I have on my wall. That is one of the earlier appearances of Firefly up there. That's an original Killing Joke, which one of my friends gave me a box of comics and that was in there. Super, super excited. I got lucky with that one. It's Harley Quinn #1. It's not her first appearance, but it's, you know, from the first one in her series. I finally got a copy of Batgirl's first appearance, which is huge for me. It's one of the big ones to have. I love Batgirl. She's a great, especially the Barbara Gordon Batgirl. This is Poison Ivy's first appearance. I think these are both from 66, 67. This one's not in as good a shape, but it still has the, what is it called? There's a pinup in there, and it's still in there. This is Harley Quinn's actual first appearance, the one that's accepted, because, you know, she's actually from the animated series, but this is the first time she appeared in a comic, and so this is what people accept as her first appearance. This is Ra's al Ghul's first appearance. Let me see if I can get up here a little bit. Scarecrow's, this is his first Silver Age appearance. I really like Scarecrow. I think he's a great character. Another character that's not done very much. And then I got a couple others that are just kind of late 50s, early 60s Batman books. Here, this giant thing in my way is the animated series Batwing, which doesn't look so great with those fish line up there, but it's really the only way I could display this thing, and I do love it. It's so cool. So cool. That is awesome. So cool. I really wanted the Jazz Inc. one, and I'm telling you, I had it in my cart 2 or 3 times to get the 89 Batwing, but I just don't have the space, and I don't have $2,500 lying around, so I'm gonna have to make do with this one, I guess. And here is the Batmobile from the animated series, made by DC Collectibles before they went out of business. I just checked, and the batteries are dead in it, so I need to fix them, but love this vehicle. So cool. Here, you could see I've made some changes to this Mr. Freeze. I had to take the glass out because I bought another print from U-Printing. And I think this looks a lot better than the way it did. I've got a black light in there to make his eyes kind of pop a little more. Mr. Freeze, like I said, is one of my favorites. He's such a great character. And so I kind of would like to put another character in there so I'm not wasting that space. But for now, I think he looks great in there. But I don't know, who would you pair Mr. Freeze with? I don't know. I don't know how I would do it. This is the exclusive, by the way. This is the exclusive that you get with it, which you can turn on with this little backlight. Love this piece. So glad I have it. It's so cool. These lights are just, or these ice thingies are just some, you know, some cheap Christmas icing. I don't know. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I'm not sure how I feel about it, but, you know, I like to have some kind of snow or ice effect in there. Here, I have the Queen Studios Rooted Hair Joker. This piece does not get, I think, enough love. In my opinion, it's still probably the best likeness for Heath Ledger. I mean, that's him all day. I feel like Queen Studios is the only company to really get this dude's likeness, because everybody else just struggles. Like Prime One struggles, you know, Sideshow definitely struggles. But Queen Studios, like, look at that. Wow. That's amazing. I'm really happy I have the rooted hair version of this. Actually, the sculpted version looks really good too. But this piece is amazing. I'm still waiting for them to. I got the quarter scale, the purple coat version, the sculpted hair version. Still waiting. That should be here this month, but you never know. I ordered it from Spec Fiction, and it takes forever to get things from Spec Fiction. Like, they're a great company and they have great customer service, but it will take you 2 years to get things in. So I'm going to come back over here because I kind of skipped the other Hot Toys. This is the DX19 Batman, the newer one. I don't think I made a video for this because I had the old one. I sold the old one and replaced it with this. The cat one I'm going to keep. I know that this is the old Catwoman. I know they've made a newer one, but the newer one doesn't have the zipper. And the suit has a zipper. So I don't know why they decided to do that. I don't have any flaking. As you can see, a lot of people have flaking issues with this. I don't have that problem. But yeah, these are two great Hot Toys. They're really great. Here's me also with that suit. Here, that's the old Joker. I did not get the in-art one. Kind of regret it because it does look good. But this one's great too. This is still a good looking Joker. I don't have any of the accessories of the box. It was really hard to find him. This Joker is hard to find. So I had to buy him as is. But at least I have him. I think Hot Toys probably will redo it. I think the only reason they haven't done it yet is because of InArt. They want to make sure that it can compete with InArt. And so for now, I'm going to have to settle with this Joker. This is the newer Two-Face, which is a great... I was really hoping they would do this, and they did. It's much better. It's much improved. The suit looks better. His hands don't look weird. His suit fits him properly. It's such a great figure. This is the Bane. I did order the new Bane, but this is the old one. Again, no flaking. I've had this piece for probably 5-6 years. No flaking. I do live in like a very hot, dry area, and I think that contributes. And also, I don't screw with these things. I don't pose them. I don't mess with them. I leave them alone, and I think it makes them last a whole lot longer. And down here, I have the old Scarecrow piece. Still a pretty good-looking figure for its age. I did order the Batman Begins, but then when it came out and I saw how terrible it looked, I canceled it. It was so bad, and I could tell Hot Toys put zero effort into it, and I canceled it. And here, the old Arkham City. This was my first Hot Toy ever. Still a great figure. I tried to put his arms down, and they will not stay down anymore. He's kind of forever stuck in that. I'm sure if I like... His legs are fine. Like, I can do whatever I want with his legs. But those arms, because of this rubber suit, he's kind of stuck in that pose. So, whatever. It's a great figure, though. Such a great game. And here is the newer XE suit Batman. Love this figure. It's huge. He's a beast. And I love Arkham Origins. I love the DLC for this was really cool. When they made this, I was like, no way. You're really going to do that. You're not going to do the origin suit, but you're going to do that. Okay. But I'm hoping maybe someday they'll do... I have a feeling they're done with Arkham. I don't think they're going to make any more Arkham. But if they did a Mr. Freeze or other characters, I would lose my mind. It would be amazing. But I love this figure. It's incredible. Down here, got Joker and Harley. Love them. This Harley is great. It's scary for me to pose her, because she's got those seamless arms, and I don't want to put her in a pose that's going to crack them. So I'm just going to... So her pose is kind of boring, but it is what it is. This Joker is one of my favorites. Awesome. Still love this Joker. Here we got Batman and Batgirl. A lot of people didn't care for this Batgirl. I think she's great. I do agree the joints in the legs are unseemly. But the fact that they even made her is a miracle, and I'm really happy they did, because like that's my favorite Batgirl suit by far, and so having this in Hot Toys form is pretty cool. This Batman is still a figure that like people stop and stare at every time they come in here. They look at my Hot Toys. This is one that gets people's attention. Is this Batman, this Arkham Knight Batman? I think that's why they remade it 2 or 3 times in different colors. It's a great figure. And then down here, you got Red Hood, aka Arkham Knight, and Deathstroke. Both I love these figures. I love how much color they bring to the display. It's a miracle they made these two. I don't know what in the world Hot Toys was thinking. Like, let's not do Catwoman. Nah, let's do a Red Hood. Okay. But you know what? If it's Arkham, I'm going to buy it. They showed off they're going to do a Nightwing. If they make it, I will buy it. But I'm not holding my breath. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Which is a bummer. Because I need more Arkham stuff. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, we go to this beautiful piece here. This is the Hush Prime 1 Poison Ivy, the green version, the original version. I was very tempted by the new one, the flesh. I do prefer her as the flesh version. I do think it looks great, but I kind of prefer the hair on this one. And I don't want to sell this. It's got, you can see there's a hair there that broke off when I first got it. There's a few other little hairs that I had to glue back in. But I love this piece. It's just a masterpiece. And I wouldn't want to have to repack this and sell this just so I can get the exact same thing basically with flesh tone. And so instead I have the Prime 1 flesh tone Ivy coming that they just announced today that the edition size for that is going to be 250. So that's actually kind of exciting. I kind of like how they did that. But yeah, this is my Prime 1 Ivy. Over here, my Harley piece, which I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, like, why are you using that head sculpt still? The eye is so jacked up. You know what? It's like from certain angles, like from there, it looks fine. You know? I do wish that they had just done, like, put her eyes the way that they were originally supposed to be, looking straight out, like in the prototype. But I have to have the Jester head. The reason I bought this was for the Jester head. Because my favorite version of Harley is the Jester Harley. And this is Arkham City. I had to have this piece. And I love this piece. I have all the other heads too. And they look great. All of them look fantastic. A lot of people were asking me, were your other heads messed up? No, as you can see. But I just don't have an issue with that eye as like other people do. And so I'm more than happy to have it like this. I would like to eventually get maybe like a sign up there, like a neon Harley sign up there. And I've thought about like putting some like fake vines and stuff around Ivy. Haven't gotten around to it yet, and I don't know how I'd feel about it. So I think that's the reason I haven't done it yet. It's a lot of work for something I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. But for now, that's how it looks. That spot is going to be for Penguin. I have the Fabic Penguin on order, and he looks amazing, and I cannot wait for him to get here. I know I've heard some people say, why don't you put Catwoman there and you can have, all of the, the girls there. But the problem with that is I already have a Catwoman over here and I don't really want to do that. But I don't know. It's a good idea though. Over here, we've got the premium form, the original Catwoman premium format. I still love this piece. Sideshow did a great job on this piece. The likeness from some angles is great, and from other angles is not so great. But this piece is beautiful. The pose is still, in my opinion, better than the Tweeter headpiece. But the Tweeter headpiece is probably better in a lot of other ways. But that sign I just got off eBay, hello there, the O and the T are broken. And I asked for a replacement, and the company sent me a replacement right away. And I put them in, and they still don't work. So there's something obviously internally wrong. But it's okay because the rest of the sign works fine. Let's go over here. This is the old premium format Dark Knight piece. I used to have the Joker. I sold it to my brother because I'm replacing it with the new Queen Studios one, and hopefully that'll be here in the next few weeks or a month or so. This piece I think is undersized, but I gotta tell you, like, the sculpt and the likeness on that looks really good. I don't like this bluing effect. Sideshow does this, and they did it on this piece too. I don't like how Sideshow puts in this blue stuff. Just don't. I thought there was something wrong with it when I first got it, but they do that for whatever reason. These two are great. These are the two 1/5 Batman animated pieces. I didn't get the Joker because I thought the head sculpt on it looked horrible, but these two I love. I wish they were quarter scale, but they're still great in 1/5. That is actually a Batman Animated Series poster. I just cut it in half and I glued it to a board to give them a background, and I think it makes a humongous difference. It just makes this whole thing pop. It just looks so much better. I'm gonna do it with him too. Probably gonna put a poster back there eventually, but again, I haven't gotten around to it yet. Down here. So this is the modern Batgirl mixed with the exclusive original Batgirl. So I took the cape off that and put it on this one, also the head. This is a super rare piece. I can't remember how many they made of this modern Batgirl, but her having the correct colors on this one as opposed to the other one where the colors are kind of weird, I bought this instantly, and I love it. A lot of people don't like this head sculpt because, like, why would she be smiling and posing while she's like going through a glass window? And that's a fair comment to make. But I think like it kind of works when they're together. Because here's the Robin premium format. To me, Robin is always Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson is my favorite Robin. And so I didn't use the Damian Wayne head. But this piece is also great. It's really cool. And I think they look great together. Eventually, I'd like to get a backer in there too. But I think it makes sense more that she's smiling with what I call Dick Grayson because, you know, to me, it makes sense. You know, they're having a good time fighting crime together. And it kind of works better that way. But I love that cape on that piece. It just looks so much better. And this piece is the original exclusive one. But you can see I have the modern head and cape on it. And it would be really cool if I could get the boots and the gloves to be blue and for someone to paint that bat gold. But I don't trust myself to do it. I've tried to put it up on eBay a few times and I've been having trouble selling it. And I don't know if I want to sell it. I think it looks really cool with the blue. But, like, I need the boots and the gloves to be blue as well, or it doesn't really work. So, I don't know what to do with this piece. I really don't. I still have it. I don't know if I should wait and get somebody to paint it, or if I should just sell it. I don't know. But it's still a cool premium format. I don't need two of them. Okay, so we went through that. These are my Arkham pieces. Probably some of my favorite things here. Batgirl was the first one that I ordered. My wife was not pleased at all when I told her that I'd ordered that, but that was the beginning of my Prime 1 trip, or journey, I should say. This piece is pretty sought after now, and for good reason. It's beautiful. And anyone who's looking for this and you wonder how good it is, it's amazing. Probably, in my opinion, one of the better pieces that they did in the whole line. Robin, I just love this suit. And I thought to myself, because it was between, he was the first one I think he was the first one that got here. I ordered her first, but he got here first because he was already available. And I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to get Batman and I'm going to get Batgirl, I should have Robin. And I'll do all the, the Bat family here, at least the ones that I like the most, which is Batman and Dick Grayson's Robin, and then Barbara Gordon's Batgirl. And I'll have them here, and then I'll do villains here. But then they stopped making the pieces. They stopped the Arkham line, and I had the Arkham City Ivy on order, and they canceled it. So now I've got this big gaping hole here. But for now, these still together look amazing. This is the Arkham Origins Batman, which is my favorite suit ever. There's no other suit that I can think of that comes close to how cool this suit is. This is the exclusive. I love this piece. Very, very cool. I don't know why people don't have this more, because it's probably the best Batman. In my opinion, it's still my favorite Batman that Prime 1 has made. I know they've made other cool ones, but that one is my favorite. And then you got Catwoman and Joker, two of my favorite villains, especially Catwoman. I hate this base, though. I like the cat heads. I love these extra heads, these extra portraits. This is the exclusive one here with the goggles. But this weird, triangular base is very hard to display. And you can see that it sticks out a lot. But I had to have her with the other Arkham pieces. And this Joker here is just a masterpiece. The sculpt and the paint on this are insane. Wow. They did a great job on this piece. Also the exclusive, as you can see here. This base is weird though. I don't know why I would have preferred a more Joker themed base instead of this. I get it. It's from Arkham Knight, and it's from Batman seeing Joker on the buildings and stuff. I don't care for this idea. I wish they had gone with a Joker theme base. Here I've just kind of got all my these are the original DC Collectibles Batman figures, which now actually kind of go for a lot on eBay, surprisingly, since DC Collectibles went out of business. But I just love Batman the Animated Series, and so I tried to get as many as I could. This is the Harley. I got Ivy here. And then down here, you got Talia and Catwoman. I used to have, these are PVC. I really like these, but they're PVC. And I used to have Ivy, and I had Batgirl. And, I still have Catwoman, yeah. But I used to have Ivy and Batgirl. And the heat does not do well with PVC pieces. And it kind of warped some of my PVC ones, and I had to throw them out, which is a bummer. But these are still okay, as you can see. Here is kind of my little Dark Knight section. Looks really good, actually. This I got at Comic-Con a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. None of the actors that I wanted to meet showed up, and I was really bummed. And Scott Snyder was there, and I was going to go meet him, but the line was capped out, and I was pissed off. I was really upset. And I basically went to Comic-Con for nothing. And so on my way out the door, I stopped and I bought this from one of the vendors there, Christian Bale's autograph. I was like, well, I'm not gonna leave here empty-handed, so I bought this. This actually, this has a funny story. This Anne Hathaway did a signing a few months ago, and of course I wanted it because I wanted to have a Catwoman, from her. And I bought one with her like holding up a pistol, right? And so I got an email several months later, and they were like, "Hey, Anne Hathaway does not feel comfortable with this print. Like, you can either get your money back, or you can pick a different picture." And I was like, "What? Like, what's going on?" Like, I thought maybe the picture was too over sexualized, or I couldn't understand why she would have a problem with, because it was like it was a print from the movie when they were doing pictures. Like, obviously she was okay with it while they were filming the movie. So I just didn't understand. It was a stock photo from The Dark Knight Rises. And then I realized later it's because she's holding a pistol. And apparently that's a problem for her now. And so I had to pick one without her holding the pistol in her hand, and then she agreed to do it. And so I have her autograph here, which I got with Celebrity. This is a Celebrity Authentics one. A lot of these are from, this one I think is also from, this is Tom Hardy, who signed recently. So that's from Celebrity Authentics when he was doing his signing. This is the Prime 1/3 scale Dark Knight Batman, the exclusive. The exclusive head is not perfect. I guess Bale's another one that's hard to get down. But I love this piece. I'm actually glad I got it. I think the only piece that's better is the J&D. Because I think J&D's, their Dark Knight is the only one that they've done that I really like. This piece is huge, and I think it just looks all around way better than Queen Studios. I think the Queen Studios is kind of rough. Nothing on that piece looks good to me, but this one I think looks great. The cape is correct. The likeness is not perfect, but it looks great. I love the size of it. The base is a little too big, and it looks a little too much like the Hot Toy, and it is kind of a stiff pose, but it's a great piece. This is the Blitzway Joker. A lot of people call this the Prime 1 Joker. Look at that angle, though. Look at that. That's Heath Ledger all day. I mean, that is him. And I still love this piece. I'm telling you, this is a very controversial piece. Some people hate it, and some people love it. I still love it. I still think it's great. It's not perfect. The likeness is... This is the head sculpt that came with the bust. With this bust. This is the original head sculpt that went on it. But this piece is great. The tailoring on this piece is phenomenal. The hair, like there's actual rooted hair within the sculpted hair. Awesome. From the side, the likeness is spot on. This base I could easily fit anywhere. It's a small base, but it has a story, which is what I really like. You know, you can see an explosion happen. Believe it or not, though, those lights are actually on. That's the only downside to this piece, is that the lights don't work at all. Like, at least not after a while. I don't know if I need to replace the batteries in them or what, but they don't last very long at all. These two little cabinets down here are called curios. They're basically like half detals, but they're great. I'm going to put some probably some more Blitzwave statues in here when they get here. But for now, I've just got these little mini Arkham statues. Like I said, I love Jester Harley, so I got her in there. This piece, this Catwoman, I love it. It's so cool. This is the colored version, which is a rare variant. I think they only made like 100, so I love it. I walked into a store, and I had been looking all over for it. I could not find it on eBay, and I walked into a comic shop, and he had it. And I was like, what do you want for it? I'll go get cash right now, and I'll go get it. And he said he only made $10 off me after, you know, from what he paid. But I had to have it. I love it. The pose is beautiful. The paint is beautiful. That's a nice piece for, you know, being a smaller piece. And then I have Harley and Ivy down here too. Love this version of Ivy. I would like to get this Harley painted. I wish I could get, like, you know, someone to paint her like hair and like the purple on the suit. But love those pieces. They look really good for being from DC Collectibles. Those are really nice pieces. Up here, I've kind of got like a 60s Batman thing going here. I'll show this one first. I met Adam West years ago at Comic-Con. At the time, I didn't have much money, and I was bummed because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to afford to like meet, because like he was there and Julie Newmar was there and Burt Ward were there, and I had to meet Adam. So I went, and the guy was like, yeah, it's cool. You can go say hi to him. And I used all the money I had in my pocket, and he signed this for me, Adam West. And I was freaking out, maybe too much. I think he might have been weirded out by how much I was just absolutely out of my mind excited to meet him. Because, you know, I watched this show when I was a kid. A lot of people my age didn't. I was born in the 80s, and by that time, you know, a lot of people weren't watching this. But if you watch this when you were a kid, you're going to love it. It's cool. It's, you know, it's the same thing. He's got the cape, he's got the suit, he's got his secret identity. Everything that's cool about Batman is in the 60s show. And it made a lot of people into fans, and it saved them in the comic book. So I think people need to respect the 60s Batman more than they do. Here's the 60s. This is, again, I can't remember who made the company that made this car. What was it? Was it Diamond Select? I don't know. But here's me at Chicago. This is me at Chicago Comic-Con with that car. Julie Newmar, I missed out on when she was there. I saw her, but I didn't get to go up and meet her and get this. And I was so bummed. And I know she's getting up there in age, and I was so worried I was going to miss out. And then I realized she has a website. You could just go to her website, and you could just buy one. That's what she does now. She just signs autographs and sends them out to people. And so when I was like, oh my gosh, I could have had this years ago. So I bought one from her. She will not do it unless it's personalized, which is fine. It's fine. So she wrote my name on it, and I'm so excited that I have that now. Speaking of 60s, these are mostly Tweeterhead pieces in this case, but I have two Hot Toys. Do you see Batman and Robin are Hot Toys? Look great. And it would be probably too heavy for them all to be together on this one glass shelf. So I love these. This Tweeterhead piece is amazing. I wasn't going to get it at first, but when I started getting more of these, I had to have the Batgirl. Love it. I love it. Here's the Catwoman and Penguin. The Penguin you got to be careful with because I scratched the base with that umbrella. But I don't think Tweeterhead did very well. I think they probably did okay with this Catwoman because they made variants. That is what I think the second. That's the original one with the gold cat and the regular diamond. It's not the ruby version. It's the original one. But I don't think they did too well with Penguin or with this Riddler, which is too bad because this Riddler's awesome. I love this base, these puzzle pieces. Again, Riddler's a character that doesn't get done enough. So I'm so happy I got this because these are now pretty hard to find. This Joker's not. I just saw Mars Toys is making a really cool version of this Joker, but I don't really need them because I have this. I don't feel like I need that. But this is an artist proof version of this Joker, and if you get in there, you can see that the mustache is there, and they painted over it and everything. It's cool. I love this display. I think it looks really great. It's colorful, and in a Batman room, having colorful things is always a plus. This is my display where I'm planning on putting the Batman. I know I probably angered a lot of people in my last video because I said I'm not a fan of the DCEU. I wasn't a fan of Batfleck at all. I did not like his version of Batman. I didn't like the Zack Snyder stuff at all. But I did like the Batman. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I can't. Oh, there we go. I bought this at the screening. I went to go see it a day early, actually. I got tickets to see it Thursday night before it officially released. And I bought this awesome... It's actually a popcorn ball, but it looks great. Like, I mean, it kind of does look like leather. It looks so cool. So I'm really happy to have this. I have all the Hot Toys ordered for this. I have like the ultimate version of that ordered. And so I'm excited to get those. I also bought the Blitzway Prime 1 piece, so which is very expensive. But I'm waiting for that to get here probably later this year. Did I do everything? No, I didn't. Because I do have this stuff here. Here's the Tweeterhead Catwoman, which is great. It's a dust magnet, I'll tell you that. But beautiful piece. Really nicely done. This is the exclusive, the one that they made a crazy amount of, but it's a beautiful piece. And if you're a fan of that, it's a must-have. I also ordered the Blitzway Prime 1 version of her, the 1/3 version. If they're going to do Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, I'm probably going to buy it. It's almost a guarantee. Got Danny DeVito's Penguin from NECA. I'll tell you what, man. NECA has made some cool stuff for low prices. Look at these. Look how good this sculpt is on this. Look at the likeness. That is Danny DeVito. How come Sideshow can't do likenesses like this? How come NECA can do it for $100, but Sideshow can't do it for $600? How come? I don't understand. Here's the Catwoman. I really hope they do a head sculpt like that for the Blitzway one. That would be cool. These NECA pieces are great, man. They're great. And then this little thing. I can't remember what company it is, but I bought this for like $40. The Batwing. I love that Batwing. And it breaks my heart I can't have the Jazz Inc. version of that Batwing because it is a work of art. Here's my Arkham Knight. I had to have something. I love that Arkham Knight statue. It's just kind of old and it's got issues, but I wanted to have something from it, so I bought this bust, and it is really nice. Some of the weathering and stuff in this suit. It's a cool suit. It's just not my favorite. I prefer this one. And so I bought that one instead. But I wanted to have at least a bust of this. And it's really nice. But I'm probably going to put Pattinson's Batman, the 1/3 one, in there. Here I've got the Batpod. Because I bought the Batcycle from the Batman. And I thought, well, if I'm going to have the Batcycle, I should probably have the Batpod. So I bought this too, which is great. Actually, there we go. So now the lights are on. It's cool. Kind of hard to display. Like, for me, it's hard to display because I'm running out of room. So I put it here for now. But yeah, it's very cool. This is the bust for the 1/3 Bane from Prime 1. It's actually a pretty nice piece. Pretty nice detailed piece. Eventually, I'd like to try and squeeze it in there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. This is also from NECA, which is very, very nice. Arguably better than the premium format. A very cool figure. I think that might be it. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this display yet. I don't know if I'm going to... I don't think that Hot Toys is going to invest anymore in Joel Schumacher's Batman. So, I may have to move those out and put something else in there. Maybe if, what's his name, James Gunn's Batman turns out to be decent, maybe I'll use that for that. I don't know. But for now, that's kind of just like a miscellaneous detolf that I have for whatever. Um, oh, I didn't talk about my tumbler. This is my tumbler. I bought this secondhand. I was sad that I couldn't afford this one at the time. And I was like, screw it, I'm going to get the tumbler then. And yeah, it's really nice. It came with a few missing pieces, a few broken pieces, which is common for this vehicle. Because with the antenna and these little pieces up here, they break really easily. But it's a beautiful vehicle, and I really like it. I've considered getting the new one, but like, what will I do with this one then? I don't know, because it's all kind of messed up and it's missing parts. It's missing the roof rack on top. It's this flap, the other one's missing, so it's got issues, but it's a beautiful looking vehicle. I love the Tumbler. It's awesome. So yeah, I think I may have covered it. These, I'm probably going to take all this stuff out of here and put statues in there, like 1/3 statues in there eventually. And like I said, that is all going to be for the Batman. I really hope Hot Toys... I want to clear this space out too and put... Hopefully Hot Toys will make the Batmobile. I'll put that in there. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much the collection as it is now, guys. Hope you like it. I put a lot of time and effort into this thing. So yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. See ya.